Hey, what's up? This is Board with Life News for September 2nd. Today we're going to talk about King of Tokyo's expansion, Halloween. We're going to talk about the re-release of Blue Moon in a game called Blue Moon Legends. We're going to talk about the Kickstarter for a game called Septicon. Boom! Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome to Board with Life News. First things, I'm going to do a little plug for our show, Board with Life, the series. The season finale is coming up this week. This Thursday is going to be the last in this little arc, and we're hard at work on writing season 2 right now. But make sure to tune in for that, and if you aren't up to date on that, make sure you catch up so that you can kind of see what happens and whatever in the show. We're going to keep doing the bits every week like normal, so every Tuesday those will keep coming out, but we're taking a little break so that we can write and do all the heavy production and all that stuff on the show. So, look forward to that. Now let's get into the news. At Gen Con, Yellow announced for King of Tokyo that they were going to have an expansion called King of Tokyo Halloween. This is the second expansion. The first one was King of Tokyo Power Up. They just released all the information on what's going to be included in this expansion, and I'm going to tell that to you right now. First off, they're calling this a Collector's Pack, Collector's Pack 1, which is different than what they called Power Up, and they're saying it's going to be limited edition. There's no information on how it's going to be limited or any of that kind of stuff. But if you're super into King of Tokyo, you probably want to pick this one up soon, or it's just a marketing ploy, or both, I don't know. But that's what they're saying. It's going to include 2 new monsters that you can play with. It's going to include evolution cards, 8 evolution cards for those monsters. That was a thing that they introduced with the first expansion, King of Tokyo Power Up. It's going to have 6 new die that are orange and black, so it'll fit the Halloween theme, and that's just a surface thing, but nice anyway. As well as 12 new power cards that you just shuffle into your power deck. So it'll have some expanded stuff. Nothing huge and changing the way you play the game or anything like that, but some nice extra stuff. But it also said that it's going to have an exclusive promotional card for the new standalone King of Tokyo game that is coming out in 2014. There's no information yet on what the standalone game is going to be or how it relates to the whole King of Tokyo franchise or anything like that. But presumably this card will give us a lot more information when this comes out in October. Next up, Fantasy Flight Games announced that it's going to do a re-release, sort of their very popular game from 2004, Blue Moon, designed by Rainier Knizia. And this is going to be called Blue Moon Legends. Blue Moon was the first LCG. For those of you that don't know, an LCG is the acronym for Living Card Game. These are different than collectible card games, which collectible card games are like Magic the Gathering, where you buy booster packs and there's randomization, so there's luck and chance and all that kind of stuff, and people spend a ton of money on them, all that stuff. Living card games are different. Blue Moon was the first of these, and they basically just have set expansions. You buy the expansion packs that will have all of the cards in a game. Really popular ones right now are like Summoner Wars and Android Netrunner. It really, really caught on big time. Back to Blue Moon Legends. It was a very big hit when it was first released, but they stopped producing it, so Blue Moon Legends is going to be a kind of big box of all of the core game and all the expansions. One thing to note is the original game used tarot-sized cards, which are the slightly larger than your classic bridge-size playing cards. The new release is going to use bridge-size playing cards, so they won't be compatible with each other, even though the new one has all the same cards. Presumably they're going to release new expansions for the new game that they're releasing, so those aren't going to be backwards compatible with the ones you already own, which is nice on the one hand because bridge cards are more traditional and easier to sleeve, but a little bit sneaky on the other hand because now all your cards that you've spent all this time buying are not going to be able to be used in coming editions. So, you know, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, but the bathwater's a little bit dirty. So I don't know why I said that. I mean, I guess it makes sense as an moving on. All right, and now we're in Kickstarter corner, as you can see by the Kickstarter thing. This week we're going to talk about Septicon Uranium Wars. Septicon Uranium Wars is a game from Russia that is set in kind of the retro future, similar to like video games like Fallout or BioShock and things like that. And I really like the artwork and feel of all that kind of stuff. It's a roll and move grid game where it's not like you roll a die and you move on a specific path. You're on a grid, so you can move up or down or all these different things. So it's a little bit less like chance luck oriented than a traditional roll and move game, but there's still part of that in the strategy of this game. It looks really cool. It looks really different, which is I always like having kind of a variety on my shelf. If you head over to Kickstarter, you can get the full game right now for $60. So yeah, do that if you're interested in that. All right, and that's it for this week's Board with Life news. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. Make sure you watch all our other videos, our bits, our interviews, all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm going to remind you that this week is the season finale of Season 1 of Board with Life, the series. So make sure you tune into that on Thursday. And yeah, we're working hard on Season 2. See you next week.